¿Qué pasa, familia de dinero? I'm your host, Hot. You're back in the cut, and we're about to turn the degrees up. Let's get cooking with 5 stocks before WW3. Now, I'm not saying that WW3 is going to happen, and I am a prior military serviceman. I did serve in the U.S. Army, but with that being said, I have no contact, no kind of intel other than I did my time. So with that being said, we're going to dive into this video. I want to say that we have 5 stocks. Number 1, I've owned for some time. Number 2, I bought today, and the 3 other ones are on my radar. And I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a crystal ball, nor am I telling you what to do. But I'm presenting this video in a way compact and concise for you to make an educational decision when it comes down to troubling times and keep your portfolio balanced like I am trying to as well. We have new subscribers, and I want to say if you are already a part of the familia, thank you so much for being a part of it, subscribing, liking. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. And if you're new here, all I want to say a huge thank you for clicking onto this video. I ask nothing for you to do other than, hopefully gain some knowledge here, but my daughter does here.
Thank you for watching, and subscribe our video and like.
All right, and shout out to Sir Terminator in the Discord for this video idea. He presented it, and I say, you know what, I already have some defense stock. Let me go ahead and talk about it, but I don't know if I already said that. We also have comments from the last video, which has to do with Rigetti Computing. I placed some limit orders at a staggered price point, hoping for a dip to average down on RGTI. Thanks for the tip plus a sub. Thank you so much, Batter Albana. I appreciate you. Thank you. We also have Mike back in it. Thank you so much. They did another offering today, so they had achieved $100 million again. That is something to kind of put in your head. That last time it did run up quite a few dollars. Could it happen again? But that's for another video. We'll talk about that in a different one. Shout out to the Discord. Join it down below, and let's go ahead and get to these articles. Okay, so we have the New York Times. Biden allows Ukraine to strike Russia with long-range U.S. missiles. With 2 months left in office, the president for the first time authorized the Ukrainian military to use the system known as ATACMS to help defend its forces in the Kursk region of Russia. I do apologize if I messed that up. Now, this is kind of a little bit old news. It's happened about 2 weeks ago. I think that is when they wrote this. Now, what has happened today is this article. So Marjorie Taylor Greene suggests Biden admin trying to start nuclear war. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene has suggested that Biden administration is trying to start a nuclear war after she shared unconfirmed reports saying that the administration was considering sending nuclear weapons to Ukraine. Posting on X, formerly Twitter, the Georgia representative, a strong supporter of President-elect Donald Trump, shared a post from X account of Mario Nawfal. Nawfal, who was described as NBC News in 2023 as one of the ascendant alternative media stars, followed Elon Musk's takeover of the platform, and who has 1.1 million followers, posted, WTF, U.S. wants to arm Ukraine with nukes before Biden leaves. So I'll link this article down below. So we have a lot of turmoil when it comes down to this time. The economy is not doing so well. On top of that, we don't know if we're going to get into depression, recession, what is going on. And with that information we have on top of it, news that potential nukes might be given to Ukraine. That's crazy. But what is crazier is this stock right here, AG Eagle Aerial System, ticker symbol UAVS. I had bought it when it was around the $3 level, and I saw the initial boom, and then I bought it over here, and I thought, man, this stock is super undervalued, and concurrently it is sitting at $5.38 after hours. So that's when I last updated it, refreshed it. So with the month, it's up 166%. Now, if we look at the year to date, it's down 94.86%. Now, these stocks are going to be down because they're not in high demand. So take that into consideration. Now, with the news that we got, it's not so huge, but it actually is substantial for the company internal working. And as a military member, or even just as a truck driver, it's like having a truck driver become a dispatcher knowing the job. So we have AG Eagle Aerial System has appointed Brent Clavon to its board of directors. Now, Clavon is a retired U.S. Navy pilot with over 3,000 flight hours, brings more than 30 years of aviation and strategic leadership experiences. He previously served as Chief Strategy Officer at ANRA Technologies and was a board member of the AUVSI. So that is substantial movement within the company, hiring somebody on as the board or appointing somebody as a board of directors, but it's not going to bring the price fully up until we see like contracts working with the government. But this stock is one that I own and saw quite a substantial growth. Now, the next one that I really see, I'm pretty much bullish on, is going to be Joby. Joby Aviation. Now, year to date, it is up 39.33%. And if we look at the year, there has been a substantial amount of volume, but it has not been as much volume as we've seen within October and November. Now, it is something to be said that, of course, we have the presidential kind of flip. This could be a key for it. But if we look at the 1 month, it is actually up 49%. The 5-day is up 27%, and the 1 day it is down 3%. Now, is this the dip to buy? This is the stock that I bought today, and I do not expect it to go up. I know that's crazy, but I'm not in here to time the market. I didn't buy a whole lot of shares. I'm spectating it. But after hours, it's down 10%, or excuse me, not 10%, 10 cents. And then we have news. Joby gets Toyota's $500 million lift eVTOL Pioneer making new highs. And so this is before I could read it, I don't know what the heck happened. Okay, there we go. And then Joby Aviation hits a 52-week high driven by Toyota's $500 million investment in bullish air taxi prospects. So I'm not going to pay for this right now. It's crazy. Like, what happened to the newspaper? Like, can we get a newspaper? But the next one that we're going to be watching, and I'm a little iffy about, but it is a company that if a war were to pop off, you might want to keep it on your radar. That's going to be Smith & Wesson brand. So concurrently at the year, it's down 4%. If we look at the 5-day, it is up 4.8. The 1 day, it is down 1.8. So it is a very volatile stock. I mean, this is one of the oldest companies out there. I'm not saying it is the oldest. The 6 month, it is down 15%. So the 10-year, it's up 38%, but we're not looking at the 10-year. But if a war were to break out, you're going to need weapons, right? But a lot of these stocks that are going to be moving are more aerial, right? You're going to be looking at top technology. But if you wanted to go boots on the ground, weapon for weapon, it's going to be the Smith & Wesson brand. And then on top of that, the Insider Monkey is, why is Smith & Wesson among the best small cap defense stock to buy now? So I was reading it, and we're going to go down here. And Smith & Wesson brand is a firearm manufacturing company headquartered in Maryville, Tennessee. It is one of the leading makers of long gun, handgun, rifles, and other shooting equipment. It's funny because they say guns in the military. I don't know how it is now, but you're not allowed to say gun. You're only allowed to say weapon. The company has been operating since 1852 and sells its product to various customers. And then if we skip down, one thing to take in consideration, this is why I have not bought it, is that when it comes down to the net sales, it is down 22%. They only made 88.3 million. Now, I would like to have 88.3 million in my bank account, but it is something to be said when you look at something like that. Driven by softer firearm demand amid broader inflationary pressures on consumer spending. The gross margin of 27.4 was 0.8% higher compared to the same period last year, but it's not showing substantial amount of growth, and it is an old company, but with a war on the horizon, that's something to watch out for. Next one is going to be an expensive one, a big boy. It's up quite a bit this year, actually 122%. It's going to be HWM, which is Howmet Aerospace. Again, a lot of these are kind of like flying drones. A lot of this stuff is, and aftermarket, it is down a little bit, about 0.7 as the last time I checked. If I refresh it, let's see. Yeah, it's still down 0.79. Not too bad, but a lot of volume, If we look at the 6-month time frame, a lot of volume. It is, but if we look at the 1 day, we saw quite a bit of volume at the end of the day. 5 days, we've seen quite a bit of volume at certain days, but it is not at its peak, right, in price. It's gotten, I think, higher at one point, but right now it's been on an uptrend. So I like this one. I really do. It's expensive, but I do like this one. I'm going to be watching it. The rating on this one is going to be valuation 6 months ago is F, growth A, profitability B, right? So that's something to kind of take in consideration. And I'm thinking about just seeking alpha so I don't have to freaking see all this stuff. So why Howmet Aerospace stock rocketed more than 12% skyward today? Now, this was November 6th, but I like to know exactly what I'm dealing with. A crushing beat for the third quarter profitability. Howmet unveiled its third quarter results well before market open, giving investors plenty of time to get excited about buying into the company. Revenue for the period was 1.8 billion, 1.84 billion, representing year-over-year growth of 11%. Ooh, that is jeez. Despite the double-digit improvement, analysts tracking the stock were collectively modeling a slightly higher figure of 1.85. So they missed that. But 11%, come on, man. And if they get a contract, oh man. So I'll have this down below for you guys, for the article for you to read. The last one is going to be ERJ. And let me go ahead and bring up the stock. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this one is one that's a little bit cheaper, right? When it comes down to it, sound like we're talking about a Black Friday deal or something. It's a little cheaper right now. But if we look at the year to day, it's up 142%, right? Day, it's up today by 2%. 5 days, it's up 6%. 1 month, it is up 14%. Now, price point is at $40.33 after market. I would like it to go down to possibly the $38, $37 range in order for me to jump in. I'll be looking at this again. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a crystal ball, but let's see exactly why ERJ or Embraer, am I saying that? Embraer SA is up. And so why is this one growth stock should be on your watch list? Growth investors build their portfolio around companies that are financially strong and have a bright future. And the growth style score helps take projected and historical earnings, sales, and cash flow into account to uncover stocks that will see long-term sustainable growth. Embraer SA, formerly known as Empresa, I'm not even going to try to say that, man. I don't even know how to say that, was formed by a Brazilian government in 1960. They go through the history, but mainly I want to say Embraer is also cash rich. The company has generated cash flow growth of 8.1%. That is amazing to me. I like that. 2 analysts revised their earnings estimate upward in the last 60 days. That's fantastic. So this company, I might just make a whole entire video exactly explaining what they do, but this is my 5 stocks before WW3. Thank you so much if you made it to this point down below, and let me know which stock is gonna pique your interest. Do you think that there's going to actually be a WW3? Should we start panicking and being like, oh my gosh, it's the end, does stocks even matter? Let me know. But we are here to make money on the down and up. And so I learned my greatest lessons with a lot of the more penny stocks, and now I'm moving my money to more growth potential sound companies that show that, hey, we have a product, We have something to show everybody. We need investors. And so that's where I come in. But with all that being said, it's been a long enough video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch all of you, Familia de Dinero, in the next one. Adios.